Yo, she tossed 2 moons at yo.
I know Jada Fire's still bad, bro. Ain't no way she not, bro. She was fired when she was doing the do.
Hey,
I
tall
can handle
boy.
that, boy. Come here, nigga. Oh!
I thought you could handle it. Hey, what the fuck?
Yeah, nigga. That nigga was talking shit, nigga.
You want some?
Yeah, we in there.
Oh, I do not hear. I saw Tonto's mic lighting up, but I didn't hear nothing he said. I know I was supposed to hear something.
What you say? What you talking about? What you talking about?
That's a bit. That's a
You ain't
bit.
talking about nothing. What you talking about? You ain't talking about nothing.
Wow.
What you talking about?
Why you like this?
We doing good, man. Belly getting big, man.
Getting? Hey, getting? Getting is crazy. That's funny.
Man, don't worry. I gotta get back on the treadmill, man. What's today's topic about? Oh no, we not hopping into the topic right away, man. We gotta talk about some new shit. We gotta talk about Nintendo Direct.
Ooh, I got a bone to pick with that one.
You got a bone to pick with it.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the positives then.
Okay, the positives.
Yeah, I like Mario Kart 8. I say 8.
9. Yeah, Mario Kart World Tour looks
World
cool.
Tour. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Diddy
World
Kong
Tour.
Racing Mario Kart, man.
It's open world.
Open world.
Pretty cool. I like that. That was pretty
Yep.
cool. I'm actually excited about the Donkey Kong game.
Donkey Kong. Hell yeah, we're getting another 3D Donkey Kong. That man's gonna be beating up dirt and shit.
Which is I feel like they should have rebranded him with the King K. Rool in the jungle and have all the Kongs on there. Like
They shoulda- Nah, they want that man to shine. They let that man look like the old school Donkey Kong.
But even then, like to have him like in a place where like there's like gems and shit instead of like actual getting bananas and stuff, which is weird. I felt like that should have been a game for like Wario, since Wario's the treasure hunter, the immortal treasure hunter. So.
Shit.
Yeah, if people don't know that Wario can't die, he's immortal in all his games.
Yeah.
He does not die.
All right. Basically, what else popping off? It's getting a lot of new games. It's getting fucking Street Fighter. I'm actually surprised about that.
Yeah, Street Fighter 6, that was crazy. I just want to see how, because it's a long
It's getting
title.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, and I want to see how that runs on the Switch too, because I'm very curious how that's gonna run on the Switch, because that shit could barely run on PS4, let alone run on the Switch too.
Run on the Switch, yeah. That's the kicker.
Is the Switch 2 supposed to be like more powerful than the Switch? Like significantly more?
Yeah, it's supposed to be powerful than the Switch.
It's more powerful than the Switch, but it's really not. It's like right below a PS4 pretty much.
Are we really trusting Nintendo to provide a
this
system that plays other companies' games?
Because yeah, no, I'm not looking forward to those. But like Nintendo is just like always, and I know it's a whole bunch of Nintendo stands that feel like Nintendo does no wrong, but they do wrong. They do the bare minimum and get away with that shit, and then they want premium price for bare minimum shit. And that's why I like about Nintendo. I'm gonna still buy one because I'm a collector, and it's just I'm gonna buy one.
You part of the problem, man.
I'm not
There
gonna
we go.
problem.
There we go.
Yeah, he is part of the problem.
I'm not gonna feel good about the purchase, but yeah, I am gonna buy it.
This man said, I don't like getting robbed, but here you go, take my money anyway.
Yeah, I'm a collector, bro. I can't help you. I gotta get it. I gotta have
You
it.
can help it. No, you can help it. You a victim. That's what you are.
You're not a victim at this point.
Actually, there's some games I want to play. Like I said, I want to play Donkey Kong, and I definitely want to play.
You wonder why you keep getting molested.
I want to play.
What the hell, Byron?
I want to play Dust
Remember
Bud on
that?
there.
Man, that American Dad episode, that little kid jumped up. Nathan, you wonder why you keep getting molested. Same thing.
Man.
I want to play Dust Bloods too. Dust Blood is a fucking exclusive for the Switch too. Which
Oh yeah, let's talk about Dust Blood, man. Oh, Bloodborne 2.
Why does everybody keep calling it?
Man, cause you already know it's Bloodborne 2, dog.
I see the Bloodborne vibes in it, but you play it. It look like you play it like vampires and werewolves and shit.
Yeah, they know how to switch it up, but let's just go ahead and say it's the spirit successor to Bloodborne. Man.
But it's a multiplayer game though. It's not even. It's
Nintendo Bloodborne. You gotta get a Switch 2 to get that new Bloodborne, bro.
I'm gonna get it. Yeah, that's why I want to get it for. But it's a multiplayer game too. At that. It's a multiplayer game. So in case everybody didn't know, it is not a single player game. It is a multiplayer game.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
So let me get this straight, Kevin. You got complaints about it, but you about to set yourself up to be a willing victim.
Basically,
you're a willing victim at this point.
Yeah, I am. I admit to that. Yes, I am.
In the words of Byron, you a Nathan out here. You just willingly, just freely, just giving it at this point.
I'm not gonna get a Switch 2 at launch. I'm not getting it at launch. So,
whether you get it at launch, whether you get it later on, you still willingly gonna pay these prices. That's never gonna go down.
Bro, I'm so tired of Nintendo. No, they think they can get away with it.
Well, the only thing I can agree with you with the gripe is the prices, man. So Nintendo, every time they come out with like a new game or re-release a game, they always sell that shit for a high ass price. That should be like $60 for like an old ass game too.
It's gonna be like $80. It's gonna be like $80 now.
I was in this group chat. I'm in this collective one of my collective group chats or whatever, and then this nigga was like, he's like, I'm not going to get a Switch. I'm just going to wait for the sales. And we all was like, nigga, Nintendo and sales do not go together.
Nintendo don't do sales. They don't believe in that shit.
No, they do not.
They'll release a 10-year-old game for them $60.
Cause I'm not getting that new Pokemon game. That shit looks terrible, bro.
Yeah, it don't look that good.
Bro,
y'all tweaking now. Y'all tweaking. Wait a minute.
No, come on, bro. The graphics for that thing don't look that good.
Wait a minute.
Bro, the GameCube Pokemon games look better than that game, bro.
We ain't. First of all, if you're playing Pokemon, you ain't playing Pokemon.
You ain't playing for the graphics.
Let's keep it a stack.
You playing for the gameplay.
Let's keep it a buck, okay? When we play Pokemon games, at first it came out for handhelds, and guess what? Every time a new one came out, they improved the graphics and everything, and it had the latest technology on the system that it's on. Now that it's on console, and you mean to tell me that it looks shittier on consoles than it would on a? I'd rather just go. Nah, bro. I'm not gonna get away with that.
Since we're keeping it a stack.
Let me tell you something. The best.
No.
Let me finish. The best looking Pokemon game is Sword and Shield. Everything that's came after that looks like ass. Looks like shit. Even though I do like Legends, I did like Arc.
What about Pokemon Snap?
Pokemon Snap did look good, yeah. But that's a picture game, though. You're taking pictures, you know.
Yeah, no, that's not. We talking Pokemon, my boy. We ain't talking Snap. Since we keeping it a stack, right?
Now I do like the gameplay though. I do like the real time fighting, but my thing is, in which I had a big problem with Scarlet and Violet, was the horrible fucking performance. That performance was terrible.
No, that's the issue. That's a legit issue. Is the performance gonna be good? Legends Arceus was. I didn't have the performance issues like I had in Scarlet and Violet and Legends Arceus, so I'm assuming Legends ZA.
Yeah, Arceus was great, but Scarlet and Violet, the performance issues was fucking terrible, man.
I think the Pokemon company is putting a little more love and care into Legends EA than they are the traditional Pokemon games, because it seems like
fuck out of here.
Man, what? Did the success Legends Arceus had?
Yeah,
why wouldn't they?
Legend of Arceus was just something brand new, and it was a good game though. I really enjoyed the fuck out that game, and I especially like actually fighting Arceus at the end. That was dope as fuck. That was a good game.
Yeah, like I don't think
they downgraded.
Traditional Pokemon game is gonna be they still gonna make them, but they're not gonna give them that. All right, let's revamp this and try new things. Like the best thing they're gonna do is come up with a new gimmick, and everybody knows Mega's the best gimmick they've had.
Mega
Sense.
is fucking broken. And I am glad they brought Mega Evolution back, but it is. I'm like, ooh, it's about to be some broken shit, bro. It's about
So-
to be broken shit.
Sitting on Legends of the Year, you tripping. I think that's gonna be a great Nintendo game. Now I ain't
So-
saying game of the year or nothing like that, but great game.
So check it. So Nintendo, they the first ones. I call it breaking the spade. They actually dropped like their first like game for like $80. Everybody thought it was gonna be like Grand Theft Auto 6. That'll be like the first high price game because I'm pretty sure everybody in this party is gonna pay $100 to get Grand Theft Auto 6.
No,
I'm with it. Oh, you freaked out, Phil.
no, no.
Yeah,
I
don't know
will
about
not.
I don't know about paying $100 for no game.
Why?
though.
Why? Let me pose a question. Why not?
Technically, this we already paid more than. Like, that's the thing about the pricing too, right? That's another thing I was bringing up in my collector group, by the way, with the
Mhm.
pricing thing. So it's like you buying a game for $90, right, for the Switch, right? Back
Yeah.
then, when we bought a game for $90 or $80, that was it. We ain't had to spend no more money. But now, like, you gonna buy $90, then you gonna buy
Plus the
season
DLC.
pass, then the
Next
DLC. You gonna spend about $200 on a game, give or take, or close
Mm.
to.
Nowadays,
So it's like you spending more than that $90. You gonna spend like $200 depending on how the game works and like how many season passes or DLCs they gonna have. And that's what that's the whole price thing that I'm worried about. Like, yo, I'm tired of spending. I just want to buy a game, play the fuck out of it, and enjoy it, and not have to like, oh well, they got a season pass. Let me drop $10-15 on that. Cause like, yeah, it's like with the Switch stuff. I'll be a victim because I wanna see the DLC, and I'll end up buying that shit.
Let me pose a question then. What would if you play Nintendo games, you're gonna spend whatever to play Nintendo games because that's what you do. But
Mhm.
as far as paying $90 to $100 for a game, what would warrant you to say, you know what, I'll spend $100 on that?
yeah. What game would make you do that?
Yeah, what
I mean,
would
it would have to-
qualify you
it
to
would-
spend $100?
I would say it would have to be worth the risk to spend $100. Like, I have to see like what the game's about, how long the gameplay is, just all the different modes and different things that all the extra stuff that they have in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's just like bare bones, bare minimum shit, and I'm paying top dollar for it, now I'm not gonna want to pay top dollar for it. Now, Grand Theft Auto 6, I don't know. I love Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that, but I definitely haven't seen enough of Grand Theft Auto 6 to like say like, wow, okay, I want to spend $100 on it. You feel what I'm saying?
All right, I
So
got
it's
you.
like-
So
that type of game is up in the air because like I said, I haven't seen enough of it to see say okay, yeah, this might be worth spending $100 on.
a popular thing I hear in various gaming talks with people I know and play games with,
Mhm.
they don't want to spend the $100 because you don't get the complete game. I understand that. I got burned on Destiny 2. We're not gonna talk
Yep.
about it.
We ain't gonna talk about Destiny.
We're not gonna talk about it.
Don't,
Shit. Fuck
don't
that
you,
game.
don't you dare!
Fuck that
Don't
damn
you
game.
dare!
Don't you
We
get
don't-
Kwame
we're not
started on
gonna-
that damn Destiny 2 rant, please no.
We're not
Don't
gonna
you
talk
dare
about
bring
it.
up this.
But a lot of things people say is, the company, the developers of the company hasn't been trustworthy in a while. Like, they haven't been given a good product. With
Right.
in the case of Grand Theft Auto 6,
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
you don't really have that argument because Grand Theft Auto 5 survived 3 console generations and people still play it religiously.
Religiously,
Yeah,
yes.
people do
So-
that.
so-
They play the online religiously. They don't play the actual game religiously. There's a big difference though. So the
I mean,
online
online-
aspect, they play the hell out of that.
Well, that's still part of the game though. It's still like in the same game.
It's still under the umbrella of Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah,
I think now you can get it separate and just get online, but at one point you had to get Grand Theft Auto 5 to play Grand Theft Auto 5 online.
Now this is the thing. With Grand Theft Auto Online, you have to pay to go online. So like if you pay $100 for a game, then like okay, so your online service is probably gonna be a subscription fee, and you have to pay that on top of the $100. And then,
Right now, that's an assumption, right?
I mean, they already did it with Grand Theft Auto 5. You got to pay to play online. You have to pay for Grand Theft Auto Online separately.
Damn, for real?
Yes, it's
Yeah,
Grand Theft
Theft
Auto
Online is
Online.
a separate thing. It's a separate thing.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not free. You have to pay for that shit.
Oh, I
So
thought it came with the game. Yeah, I never paid for it either.
You have to pay.
Same.
You have to
That
pay
might be a
for
thing.
all the. all the online DLC they got and stuff like that, you gotta pay for that shit, bro. You gotta pay to play. Grand
Yeah,
Theft
for the
Auto.
DLC. I think for the DLC part,
All
for the
all
actual
add-ons,
online.
all the add-ons and stuff they have for that shit, you gotta pay for that shit.
So what I'm curious about is, right, Grand Theft Auto 6 launches, whatever. It's $100, or
This some
they
bullshit.
say they even break it down and say Grand Theft Auto the story, just the base game is $70. The traditional
$70 and the online 30.
The online 30.
Then I will fuck with that. I'll buy the single player, and then I'll be like, okay, if the
Facts,
online,
yeah.
if something drives me to like want to get the online or whatever, then I'll get it. But like, at least I have that choice but at least I have that choice, and I'm not paying $100 just out the gate of a mode that I'm probably never going to play.
Okay.
If I had the choice, that'll be great. If they give you the choice, the option to do it, that'll be good.
Now, don't people have their own on 5 like right now? Don't people have like their own servers? Is that something you pay for? Or is that something you? just,
That's
like,
something. That's something you pay
do.
for. That's something else. Like the
But
T
anytime-
Grizzly shit. Yeah, that's something
Yeah.
else, man.
Yeah.
But that's a mod. That's on a PC.
Yeah,
most-
That's
a mod
that's
and
modded servers.
People do the NPC servers and the mods and like actually live their whole life on the damn game and shit. So
They play
those
that
are all
bitch like
mods.
Second Life, and I envy you.
They
You
play
be
that shit like they
role-playing
in,
on that
like they in
do
Chirac,
role-playing.
Southside.
bitch. Some boys be role playing like a motherfucker.
The boys be wearing chains. They be
Like
wearing.
he be
designs.
bringing Pete Grizzly be bringing in like I think it's like what 50. It's like 50 something a month or 50K a month or something like that. He be bringing in lots of money, man.
And
Mhm.
I give him that. That was a good investment.
Mm-hmm.
And he getting them boys out the streets.
Yeah.
He getting them out the streets and putting them in digital streets. With his
Put them in
good.
digital streets. Yeah, I
Put 'em
know,
in
right?
digital streets, man. At least you could come back to life when you get shot up by the ops.
Hey, my bad. He brings in 50K a week, according to a little quick Google search. So he making bank
50K,
Yeah.
bro. Man.
50K
He
a
doesn't-
week or a
What
month.
do with that money? How much he charging? And how much he charging people?
I have no idea.
Man.
Probably a good bit. I won't say a good, like probably a good bit to go for server maintenance and whoever's adding stuff and modding stuff and everything like that. You got to pay. He probably got a team working on that server, so that's still pretty good though. 50K a week.
That's-
I wish I would do this shit.
That's smart. That's smart as heck, though.
Like,
Yeah,
fuck,
I ain't gonna lie. I wish I was good at 50K a week.
make another motherfucker rich over some bullshit like that. Just to RP and kill niggas. Fuck that.
But that's better than being in the streets, though. You don't
Yeah, it
think?
is better. It's better than selling.
I guess. Yeah.
Been beating in the streets, bro. Selling drugs.
Yo, hey, this man said he guessed. Hey, that's
Man, you been out in the streets lately, dog?
Hell no.
Yo, ain't
Yo,
crazy
and-
about the streets,
house,
dog.
bro. I'm in the fucking house. That's what the fuck I'm at. These
Nah,
are streets right here.
this.
And don't be in the
This
streets.
man
That nigga be in
said-
haunted house trying to find ghosts.
Hell
I heard
yeah.
about you sweating on Phasmophobia, nigga.
This man
Yeah.
said.
Jordan told me about you sweating on that shit. That nigga like level 40 something.
You mean a
Got all
game
the levels.
you mean a game you recommend us and you don't play with us?
Damn,
I do play with y'all
That's
when
crazy.
I'm online.
that's crazy.
I do play with y'all when I'm online.
Hmm.
You're not about to beat these allegations. My man sounds serious. He mean business.
I do play
Yeah,
with y'all when I'm online. Ask Jordan. I do play with them. I play with them when I'm online. But when I'm not online, I'm not online.
Hey, man, not
He be hiding
online. Not
offline from
on.
y'all, man. He be hiding offline. He be on, but not on.
Yeah, I be on watching TV shows and shit, but I don't.
No, I gotta play my backlog. That's what Kevin said. I gotta play my backlog.
I ain't gonna chastise them boys from goddamn.
I do got a backlog, man. It's crazy.
I ain't gonna chastise them boys for that shit, bro. But I ain't gonna spend no goddamn. Oops.
$100.
Hell no.
I'm not. I can't. Okay. Me, it's different.
Okay.
And I've said it before. I've never been a GTA fan. I'm not saying I don't get it. I just was never fond of just going around shooting, breaking the law, and doing stuff like that. That didn't really, interest me. Now I see people have fun with it. I'm not knocking anybody who does want to get it for $100. That's totally up to you. I'm speaking to me personally. I'm not going to do that. Now, if there is a game that catches your interest that you would like to do that, I'm not going to knock that either. Because I'm not saying that I have never spent $100 for a game. I have, but because that's something. But that game interests me.
Yeah, I agree.
And everybody knows that. First of all, The Undertaker was on. Fuck you, Jordan.
What do you mean?
Oh, damn Destiny.
Sir, I don't like how you yelled at me. I'm just saying, I was speaking for myself, from experience.
Oh, I'm not
that money.
So you spent $100 on Destiny? Damn, son.
Yeah, like game or season pass, all that stuff. DLC, all that.
That can't be me. Fuck that game.
I apologize for my outburst, Jordan. I thought you were telling me about that. I'm not spending no $100. I would have never that for my outburst. But
cut me off, dang.
But
he's like, shut up, Jordan.
Fuck off. But no, I spent $100, and that's gonna be, and it was just this year on the WWE 2K25. Nigga, The Undertaker on the cover. I can't pass that up. That's my favorite wrestler of all time. I can't. I'm not gonna pass up when it's The Undertaker. It's the fucking Undertaker. That's just something I was gonna cop. Anything else? Shitting me, Ray. You come down a little bit, or I'm gonna get it at regular price, which is that $69.99, aka $70. But that's it. I'm not gonna go and just get. Oh, everybody else is playing. I'm just gonna spend $100 just because everybody else is playing.
Hey, if you spend $100, if you spend $100 on Grand Theft Auto 6, you better be making fucking Bitcoin on that motherfucker.
or making content, bro. Or making content, something on that bit.
Man, let's be honest. There is no game that is worth $100. Even back then, when we had collector's editions and everything. Even when we was paying like $100 to $150 for collector's edition stuff, you kind of only bought it because it was something in that package that you really wanted. But when you really look at it, it wasn't even worth that. You just caved in to temptation because they gave you like an extra Halo helmet or some fucking damn cards or something up in the thing. There is no game that's worth $100 out of the gate. That's ridiculous. Even if Grand Theft Auto is doing $70 for the game and $30 for the online. Like Kevin said, give me the choice to either pick both or just pick one of those. Don't be charging me out of the gate for no regular ass game and then I gotta pay extra for the stuff that they're gonna bring out later. And I think Grand Theft Auto 6 isn't about to be doing that. I think they're not gonna give you the multiplayer straight out the gate. You're gonna have to pay for that separately.
Hey Shed, there's one game that made you pay on top of that. You didn't have to get the extra shit, but they gave you like the season pass with it, and it was Call of Duty. So
that's still different though. Call of Duty, at least when Call of Duty was charging you them extra prices, they kind of gave you all of what they was going to give you though. Like the season pass, the game, and then the extra shit, the extra map packs and stuff when it was coming out. You had to pay extra for that. It was literally $100 for everything you were supposed to get. Grand Theft Auto and then Nintendo, they trying to slide in $80. All that's gonna happen is PlayStation and Xbox gonna jump on the bandwagon of that because the people gonna pay for that shit. Yeah, their games too. Now we paying $90-$80 for basic ass games when it ain't really no need to be paying that much for these games. There just ain't no need.
Not to mention, y'all forgetting too. Not to mention, it's gonna be more than $100 on game because you gotta whatever these tariffs is gonna be. And let's just, I'm gonna be completely honest with you from when I used to order from distributors for these games. Most of the factories that make physical copies of these games are in Mexico. So I don't know what the tariffs is gonna do to make those games go up, but I feel like games are gonna go up even more because of the tariffs. It's already
we gonna be paying more than $100.
Yeah, it's already about to happen with just the Switch 2. So I don't know. It's gonna be something, bro. It's gonna be
like motherfuckers. They gonna buy that Grand Theft Auto 6 for that price. But the thing is, all it does is open the floodgates for everybody else to start upping their games. And there is no game worth that much money, especially when you're not getting everything included. Cause season passes are always different. Separate from the game. It never comes with the game. Never.
Unless you buy like the gold edition, which you're gonna be paying $100 for. So.
That's like $120 or $130 at that point.
That's true.
Well, I think about it like this, bro. Grand Theft Auto don't come out like it comes out like what every 5 fucking years, bro, some shit like that. So,
No, this one only came out 5 fucking years.
Damn.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5 was like 10.
Yeah, 10.
Well,
something like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
Cause I'm just saying, Grand Theft Auto 3, we had back-to-back the games. Grand Theft Auto 4, we had back-to-back DLCs. 5 is the only one when we had to wait a long ass time. And don't get me wrong. And don't get me wrong, Rockstar had them cowboy games. They had the Red Dead games and shit. So it's not like they weren't working on other shit. It's just shit. We just didn't have another Grand Theft Auto. They wanted to do it online.
GTA 5 is currently 12 years old. That's how old it is.
Yeah, remember GTA 5 came out on 360 and PS3. So
Yep.
In 2013, that's when it came out.
Even still, I don't care how aged that game is. No game is worth $100 out of the gate. Like absolutely no game. Like especially since games are coming out buggy and you gotta like wait for shit and stuff. Like y'all was saying earlier, at least back then, you kind of got everything you like with the game. And when they brought out like DLCs back then, DLCs last you for days to hours depending on what game you was playing. And they was only like $15, $20, but it was like you was getting a whole nother $40 game depending on what the hell you was playing.
Now I would say this though. I will say this from a collector's aspect. Why you started laughing like that? Now, from a collector's aspect, like those type of games might be worth it because they go up in value. So let's say like, okay, for like big example, like a lot of the old retro games like Chrono Trigger, right? When they first came out, the game was $90 complete in box. Nowadays, complete in box Chrono Trigger goes for like a little over $2,000. So from a collector's aspect, it might be worth spending $100 because it might be worth more. And with them trying to phase out physical sales and going straight all digital. And I've noticed this with some of the stuff I collect, newer stuff, like a lot of the JRPGs and stuff that I collect, they are very limited printed. So when you buy a copy, like they go up in price very fast because they're limited printed. And so
yeah, I'm about to say the only way that's viable is if it's a physical copy. When it comes to a collector, that's the only way that's viable. If it's physical.
And me, like I buy physical. Most of the time I buy physical unless it's like a multiplayer game, then I'll buy digital. It's like certain games I would buy digital if they're cheap or whatever. Because like if it's a game I want to play and it's on sale for $6 digital, I'm gonna buy it. You know. So
indie games about to go up too because of this. Like small developers, all that shit is about to go up.
Everything about to go up. Inflation.
It ain't about to be no more $30 early access games. They're gonna be $60. There ain't about to be no more indie games for $40. There ain't gonna be no more of them arcade games for $20. Soon as this shit hit the damn wall and Nintendo come out there with their little Mario Kart World for $80, all the shit gonna go up. We gonna be paying for $30 for indie games, $40 depending on the indie game. That shit ain't cool. It just ain't.
Nintendo broke the spade. We thought it was gonna be Grand Theft Auto 6, but now Nintendo's like, hey, fuck it. The console war is over. Oh shit.
And Nintendo need to sit their ass down. They just came to the current generation and they still in next gen. Nintendo need to sit down.
I'm gonna say this when it comes to like the console war. I don't really think there is a console war. It's a console war between now in the groups I'm in. It's definitely a console war between like people and their preference. But as far as the consoles themselves, like everybody's just doing what the fuck they want to do, and like it's like niggas gonna buy it. That's basically what they're doing. Like Sony's doing whatever the fuck they want to do. Xbox is doing whatever the fuck they want to do, and definitely Nintendo's doing whatever the fuck they want to do.
Nintendo definitely doing what the fuck they want to do. They coming up in the game.
And I feel like they gotta keep doing that.
They have no competition.
Yeah,
whatsoever.
They're coming up in the game and like, hey, we the only real gaming company out here that's producing games. Y'all gonna pay for our prices regardless.
Nah, but a lot of people starting to back off though. Like Nintendo is using some consumers. They're just picking a PC. They just getting PC over that.
I'm not gonna lie. After that direct, I was really because I know some Nintendo stands, bro. They like Nintendo do no wrong, and even they was complaining about it. I'm like, oh, okay. Y'all niggas is starting to see the light. Okay.
Shay, I'm just saying, man.
They just like, man, I'm gonna just get a PC at this point.
Hey, Shay, I'm just saying. Legally, you cannot play Nintendo games on the PC.
No, that's the thing though. Maybe I ain't explaining this right.
No.
No.
You explained it right. I know how you explain it. People not gonna just shell out money just to play Nintendo games. That's
and that's what's changing. A lot, you can't get Mario or play them like legally, but a lot of people are willing to sacrifice that now. They're like, you know what? Fuck Mario. I'm gonna just play such and such and such. Like that's what's happening right now. Like Nintendo is losing that crowd that wanted to just have it because they wanted to play with Yoshi.
The casual crowd.
I can sacrifice that now because there's other shit.
The casual gamer crowd, unless they just like Nintendo.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the big saying, but there's a big saying going around in the community now since Nintendo's done this shit with the prices. They say, because now essentially when you buy physical games, it's not on a cartridge really. So now they're saying basically, so if buying means you don't own the game, then pirating means you're not stealing the game, and that's what they go about now. And niggas are standing on business about that shit.
Yeah, there is that stance now.
Yeah, boy, that's a whole. By the way, that's a whole fucking real ass movement. By the way. That's a whole big ass movement online, bro. It's basically saying that shit. It's like, yep.
And then Kwame,
we don't endorse that. We don't endorse that here on this podcast. So we play all our games legally.
Yeah, they can have that. We ain't preaching that. Hey,
wait, for real?
You ain't got nothing to do with that.
For real?
Huh?
We play all our games legally.
Yes, yes. We play all our games legally.
Yes.
We play all our games legally, but
we play all our games legally.
That's an actual movement online right now. It's like, yo, if buying a game doesn't mean owning it, then pirating doesn't mean stealing it.
And then look at it. There's a lot of independent game, people make a game. All of us see it. There's a lot of people making like. There's people just trying to make their Pokemon, make their Mario, make their whatever, their Sonic, their everything. That's another reason why people are willing to sacrifice that. It may not be Pokemon. It may not be Mario, but it is like the next best thing they could get towards it, and you could get that on PC and sometimes like the other two consoles. That's another reason why people are willing to just back off, because it's like, bro, this game been out for 10 years. I don't want to spend no damn $60. Like, what the fuck is this game?
All right, Nintendo.
For the Switch 2, I might as well just get a Steam Deck. Like I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't see any.
Yes, I agree. Steam Deck is so much more powerful.
Yeah,
it's like
that's what I'm saying.
You got its predecessors right there. Just copy what they're doing. Just please make it.
No, Jordan. I want to play Dust Blood and the Mario Kart. I'm getting that Switch too.
No, you're not.
I'm getting it.
You're not gonna get
that's all Nintendo need to do. Nintendo should make Nintendo should be at Steam Deck level right now. I think their consumers would be more willing to just get their shit. Like, because
I'm willing to spend that money.
I don't blame them.
I'm willing to spend that money because they got them exclusives, man.
I mean, wait. Yeah, I mean, if you, I'm not.
They're not wrong with that. I love Mario. You can't get Mario nowhere else. All I'm saying is a lot of people casually and hardcore are backing out. That's all I'm saying, because they don't see the reason of getting it. Like Jordan said, you got the Steam Deck too. They're willing to sacrifice that shit because there's just other options. It's a shit ton of games now. Man, they don't want to pay for that no more.
I'm about to get into VR gaming, bro.
Also, here's the other thing about Nintendo that I really didn't like about the Direct. They didn't discuss anything about, because these are the problems with the Switch, right? The UI is ass on the Switch, okay? The online is horrid. It's horrid. It's like, I know 3G phones that move faster than on.
I agree with that.
UI on the Switch is terrible.
I totally agree with that.
The operating system is like an old ass Linux operating system. I think it's like Ubuntu or whatever. Like when Linux first had a GUI or whatever. Their operating system is terrible. Their UI
I wouldn't even give it Linux.
Their online is terrible. And it's like, bro, why aren't you talking about the problems, fixing the problems that we had with the first Switch?
Man, the way you find shit is terrible. They don't even have like, you see like PlayStation and Steam and all of them. They got like categories and all that shit. Like this shit is so trash. Like their UI for everything is garbage. I just started typing everything in at some point. Fuck this.
it's like you incentivize it like, oh, you can play online Mario Kart online with friends. All right, well, like how good is your online? Because your online service is ass.
Yeah, so, that too. I forgot about that.
You can't even hardwire that motherfucker.
Hell no.
You can. The OLED you can. The OLED has a Ethernet.
They got an Ethernet port in the back.
How good is it?
It's good. It's good. It's not bad. But
that don't sound convincing. That don't sound convincing at all.
Because this is the thing. It's still Nintendo Online, so it's still shitty. Yeah. But I mean, hardwire. It doesn't make it any better, except maybe a little bit. Like playing Smash on it is a lot better.
You can't even talk shit to motherfuckers on that shit, bro.
Yeah, you can. You can get a mic for the Switch and talk shit to people, but I doubt you find somebody talking.
Don't you gotta download an app?
Use the app.
Yeah, you gotta download the app. Oh, man, fuck all that, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say, I even think that's trash because you gotta download something to talk.
No, you don't have to download nothing to talk. You could just hook up the mic to your Pro controller and talk on the mic.
Man, I ain't. Bro, when I had a Switch, you
right. Yeah, you right. No, he right about that.
It has wireless mics too. You can put it in the USB port in the back and use a wireless mic. You can talk on the Switch.
It's still garbage though.
It's still garbage.
Check it. You can talk on the Switch to other players, but party chat was non-existent.
Yeah, I have no clue how Nintendo still doesn't have a party chat. Nintendo should have been the first motherfucker with a party chat. Like Nintendo is all about partying together.
They got party chat now on the Switch too. That's what they were so like just.
Yeah, they got Discord. Yeah,
man, I that's cool, but Nintendo should have been here, though. Nintendo is the party game. Why we can't fucking talk to motherfuckers there? Like in a party.
Now,
they got it now. They definitely needed it. They definitely needed it. I
will say this. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be kind of fun playing Mario Party online and talking mad shit to niggas on Mario Party. I ain't gonna lie. That's gonna be kind of fun.
Man, they gonna steal your stars and you gonna be the one looking like
stealing the motherfucking stars, bro. You thought you had friends? You thought we were alliances?
People coming in like, hey, we just come in and have fun. Why they beating your ass?
I'm a menace at Mario Party. I'm a menace at Mario
Party. Chat about to really do some work for Nintendo.
Fact, my friend's wife almost kicked me out their house over a Mario Party game. So
that's how it is. You can't have friends when you play them games. Man, most Mario games you can't have friends. You gotta go in that bitch with strangers.
That's the point of playing Mario games. To play with your friends, right?
Y'all boys gonna end up throwing hands over that star.
Bro, so basically, like how I won though, it was crazy because like for some reason she doesn't. Every time we play a game that's competitive, she like coming for me, and I don't know why. She be coming for me. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So the whole game, like, yo, she's winning. She got like 8-9 stars. She busting ass. So you know, I keep telling her, I'm like, hey, the game could turn around. She's like, ain't no way the game could turn around. I said the last 5 turns are the most important turns of the game, and you could turn the game around easy. She ain't believe me. Last fucking turn, I land on fucking Bowser, and I said the game is over. And she was like, what you mean? I'm like, watch this. So I clicked the relay, and it clicked on stealing stars. And guess who I clicked? I picked me to receive it and to steal all her shit. I stole all 9 of her stars at the last turn of the game, and I fucking won. She almost kicked me out the house for that shit. But yeah.
Hey, one thing I gotta announce something. Just one thing before y'all continue talking. Feel out that bitch.
Shit out that bitch.
Spit in. And out that bitch.
That bitch.
What up, my boy?
Corn out that bitch. Kevin out that bitch. Cotton picking Kevin out that bitch.
Chill. Come on,
Jordan out that bitch.
Nah, that boy's a victim.
Jordan out that bitch.
Jordan out that
bitch. My boy's a willing victim.
I can't tell black people nothing.
Hey, that's probably why you like Nintendo. Like you say, he's a willing victim. It comes from his cotton picking days.
Damn.
You out that bitch.
Yep.
All right.
He said,
"Oh my god."
But do y'all really think the console war is over? And do y'all think the console war actually helped with the?
No, it is over.
For
the only
price
reason why
for
it's alive
gaming.
because of the consumers are keeping it alive, but the developers are like, fuck y'all, end that console war. we're done.
Yeah, because I thought PlayStation, like I was telling you before, Shay, I thought PlayStation kind of started it.
Yeah, everybody's kind of doing their own thing, bro. I would give PlayStation. PlayStation had to start it though. PlayStation had to start it.
Yeah, they were the reason why we had $50 games, because games were coming on disc, and then everybody else had to match that because it was like, hey.
Well, I would say PlayStation had to start it because remember, PlayStation was supposed to
was new to the game.
Not only that, they were supposed to. If you remember, the PlayStation was supposed to be part of the Super
Nintendo. Yeah, I know that.
And the Super Nintendo, Nintendo shut them down. Sega shut them. So every gaming company at that time shut them down. They just said, "Fuck it, we just gonna make it ourselves." And that's why they had that vendetta to be like, "All right, now we starting the console war. Now we gonna trump all y'all niggas." So,
now, here's the thing. Do y'all think Nintendo trying to start another console war?
No, Nintendo's secretly starting a whole nother console war, and it's that pricing thing, like the $80 for game. That's their console war right now.
Yeah, because they're like, hey, and the bad thing is that one price for the game is going to stay $80 for a long ass time because they don't do discounts.
Yeah, I don't think Nintendo's starting a console war, but I think they're just like, yo, we just trying to get. We know we can get money from everybody, so we just going to tax the fuck out y'all and get as much money as we can from y'all. I think that's what it is.
Man, they're starting a war. They're drawing a line in the sand.
I just know
people that play Nintendo are gonna pay for Nintendo games, no matter what the price is.
They are. Like I know a lot of Nintendo stands, and them niggas. It's like Nintendo can't do no wrong, and they gonna get every fucking thing Nintendo dishes out, even if it's the same game over and over again.
Fucking Game Boy games at fucking $40, bro. $40 Game Boy games.
I will say this for Switch games. And if you buy physical, which most of the people I know that they buy physical, if you buy physical Switch, it's very worth the investment. It's very worth the investment because the value don't go down. The value usually goes up. Depending on what type of game it is on the secondhand market. So I would say Switch is an investment.
Yeah, I agree with that. The physicals are an investment.
It's an investment, and some of the Switch games, even if they're like AAA titles that's on other systems, they're a lot more expensive on the Switch because they're limited printed on the Switch most of the time. So I will say Switch games are a big investment. I'm restarting my Switch collection, but earlier this year I had to sell my Switch collection. I had about 60 titles, and they were worth about $3,000. So
look, I would pay $80 for a Nintendo game with no problem. My biggest issue, I'm a graphics person. I'm a like next gen person. Nintendo just ain't next gen enough for me to be paying them. They gotta
they come in with the bare minimum.
Next gen. Switch 2 is like last gen. They need. I'd pay $90 for a Nintendo game if that shit was next gen.
Switch. Remember, Shay, Switch 2 is getting Cyberpunk, and the PS4 and the Xbox One can't run that.
Nah, that shit got HDR10. That shit got 4K, but there ain't no ray tracing. There ain't no DLSS. There ain't none of them performance boosts. There ain't no next gen up in that bitch. That shit right there is last gen. HDR10 and 4K is old. Yeah, that shit's old, bruh. Where the next gen shit at? We ain't got none of that up in there.
And they say they're gonna give us what they gonna give y'all.
Y'all ain't even got ray tracing. That's my shit. Where the ray tracing at?
They say you got PCs for that. We just a regular game company.
Nah, I'm just saying. I would pay $90 for a Nintendo game if that shit was next gen. Just imagine Mario and them overalls and all the textures imaginable. This shit would be pretty as fuck. Imagine Yoshi jumping around with his fucking damn dinosaur ass shining off the reflection in the mirror. Can anybody else imagine that besides me? That shit would be pretty.
And Mario Tushy in his overalls.
Have you seen those
videos
like somebody the dude recreated Mario 64 but Unreal 5 engine? That shit look good as fuck.
That shit look good. Not only that, imagine what else they could do with that. Like those more powerful engines. Imagine how Mario World would look, like how the Mario Kart, all that shit, like Zelda. Zelda's another one. Imagine that shit, like in a more powerful engine, bro. Dude.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I know a lot of people like the newer Zelda games. I don't really like the new Zelda games. I don't like the whole Skyrim aspect and the weapons breaking and shit like that. I don't really like that. I miss the whole like dungeon crawling, getting special items to get the different stuff. I'm not a fan of the new.
Nah, they still make those. They still make what was the last one, Kwame? They made a Zelda game like that. They made one to play with Zelda.
You play with Zelda and you can duplicate
enemies. They still make those.
I mean, yeah, they still make those, but I'm just saying, like the big AAA Zelda games are just like Tears of the Kingdom and stuff. Those are the ones I don't like. I don't really like those ones much.
Nah, you good. Hey, you ain't the only one. A lot of people don't like them. All I'm saying is, imagine Nintendo games in the next gen era. What they could do with them shits, because Nintendo is creative as fuck. Imagine, it ain't even just about the visuals. I'm just saying what they can do with them, that next gen technology with their games. That shit would be.
That's what I'm saying. They know they can do. They know they can do great. They can go fucking crazy. I'm like, you already have a fan. You already have like a extremely. This is my thing with Nintendo. It's like, y'all do the bare minimum, but you have an extremely loyal fan base. Extremely loyal fan base that will buy anything you make. Can you please just make something like make a system that's like up to date with everything, games up to date with everything. I'm telling you, people will buy your shit, bro. And like,
I know I would.
What y'all being already innovative, imagine what y'all can do. Like, imagine the way y'all can go with y'all games and stuff. Like, people be like, all right, fuck PlayStation, Xbox. I'm telling you, if Nintendo did that, I swear to God, PlayStation and Xbox would step their game up too.
Oh, they would have to. There's nobody else like Nintendo. Nintendo is still that's why they could get away with the way they making shit right now. Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Yeah, but since Nintendo is like, has been here since the 80s. Like I'm saying, Nintendo is the motivator for all the other companies. If Nintendo goes a certain route, then everybody else got to follow suit. I'm telling you, if Nintendo really stepped their game up, I'm telling you, PlayStation and Xbox will be like, all right, yo, scrap what the fuck we talking about. We got to beat these niggas.
Hey, I kind of wish Marquise was here, man. I was talking to him, man, yesterday, and that man was talking about, hey, the console war is over, but Xbox won the console war.
No, I don't think Xbox won I think PC won the console war, and it's not even a fucking console, but it was in that bitch.
PC was never part of the console wars, man.
That shit was.
No.
PC is not a console, so it don't count.
It's not a console, but that shit was in
It's a computer.
It was in
No. We're talking console wars. PC is not a console.
But I will say this though, like if he said, I don't know about.
He said Xbox. He said Xbox won.
Xbox didn't win. They gave up. They gave all their shit to
Xbox. Xbox dipped out. Xbox, they was like, fuck that. We trying to do something else. They did not win.
Nope.
See, that's why I was kind of hoping he come up in here because he would have.
Disagree.
Go ahead, LJ, because LJ was part of the conversation too. Go ahead. Let him.
Xbox didn't necessarily give up. Xbox decided to say, hey, now I'll give you this. PlayStation for the last, forever really, has been outselling Xbox as far as consoles. Xbox consoles just been like notoriously shitty. Besides, I think the 360 was the only one that came close.
One that did good.
360 was amazing. I even love the 360. I love that shit. That's one of my favorites.
So Xbox decided, hey, we're gonna come out with this thing called Game Pass, which PlayStation eventually ended up copying and modeling up PlayStation Plus afterwards. But that's neither here nor there. Their whole Xbox's whole thing became, hey, let's make everything an Xbox. So we're gonna start putting our games everywhere. Where can you play PlayStation games at? Where can you play PlayStation games?
It was like, fuck it. They became a service. They was like, fuck the console war.
Right?
Xbox is the new Sega.
Yeah, they became a service.
Right,
Xbox is the new Sega.
You want to know why they did that though, right? You want to know why Xbox did that though, right? And this is why I don't get. This is why I don't get with Xbox fans. This is why I don't get with people that praise Xbox. They own fans. They own loyal people. Wasn't even buying their games, which is why they had to do the Game Pass shit. They wasn't buying their games and they wasn't buying their systems, but everybody was saying Xbox was the greatest. Like y'all own people didn't even support the shit that was coming out, so they was like, "Fuck it, we just gonna put it on every system now, so that we can get all the sales we can get for our games." Because obviously, making it exclusive on our system is not getting us the sales that we're not hitting our sales margin.
Let's keep it funky. Players weren't buying games either.
Nah, but that y'all was about to say PlayStation players weren't buying games either. The reason why Xbox had that drought is because they was trying to make it a service. They wasn't making games for like a minute. Like they wasn't making much of nothing. You had to buy AAA games at that point. Huh?
PlayStation was coming out with exclusives every year, so that's why.
That don't mean they were getting bought.
Yeah, they weren't getting bought though. They weren't selling like they should have been selling.
Look at the sales. Look at any PlayStation exclusive and look at the sales. Look at the sales they made on.
Yeah, but
look at the amount of PlayStation 5 owners, and we're halfway through a console life cycle. Like, no.
Yeah, you can do that. And you can also look at the sales. Kwame, you can look at the sales too. Kwame, you a PlayStation. Most of y'all PlayStation mean yourself. People was not buying PlayStation games. They were buying specific exclusives. Most exclusives on PlayStation was not getting bought. Like they wasn't selling like they should have been selling. They was getting specific exclusives and only those exclusives. Like niggas had fucking what it was. Once Human, Final Fantasy, all that shit. Final Fantasy got bought, but when you got out like Once Human and shit like that, it didn't sell like it should have. Like PlayStation had a shit ton of games that could have been bought, but they weren't selling. And it's because people wanted a specific exclusive. PlayStation had a lot of exclusives. Uncharted didn't sell like it should have sold for some damn reason. I don't know if people were sick of it. I have no clue what happened with that. I don't know what happened with that.
You can't say that your argument can't be Xbox players weren't buying games because nobody was buying games. Like I bought a PlayStation 5 for God of War.
They was buying specific exclusives. You was not buying them shit.
Hold on, do you know how much Uncharted 4 sold for, bro? You know how many copies they sold?
I ain't talking about Uncharted. What's the one after that? That one sold a lot, but what's the one that was after that one?
18 million
DLC
copies,
one.
No, I'm talking about the one after that. Uncharted 4 sold, but the one after that did not sell, and it should have sold. It didn't sell that much. It sold nowhere near that much.
It was a DLC. It was a DLC. It was a standalone DLC.
You talking about the one with
when you play with Chloe? When you play with Chloe, yeah, that was a standalone DLC.
Oh, we had that thing.
Another game.
We had that thing in the back, and I ain't talking about that gun.
And it was connected. Still the multiplayer stuff was still connected to the original Uncharted 4 multiplayer, so that was still connected. The only thing was you had another 8-hour gameplay. If that, it was a standalone DLC.
Well, that's fine. I'm wrong about that one, but still, nobody was buying the PlayStation either. Nobody was buying a PlayStation and then Xbox wasn't even making that many games at some point because they was working on their services and buying out developers. They was making other games. They had a lot of things even worse, and that's why Xbox came out with so many games after a while. They came out with game after game after game after game after game, and it's like, where the fuck all these shits coming from? Oh my god, they bought all the developers. No, Xbox did take like a back seat after a while. That's why they logged. They're like, fuck all this, we making a service.
They won because now if you get a Game Pass subscription, every game that's come out under that Microsoft umbrella, you get to play free day one because you have Game Pass. They even gave the exclusives to PlayStation. I think you get like Forza on PlayStation or something. I forget what it was.
Yeah, we getting all of it. We getting Halo, Forza, Gears. We getting all that shit.
And that tricks the. Don't say y'all because I have everything. I got the Holy Trinity and the PC. Relax. What happens is. I'll take that side. No issue, of course. But what I'm saying is, so now you got PlayStation players playing Xbox games on their PlayStation while Xbox is advertising, hey, we probably might not do another console. Let's make your TV your console. You want to play an Xbox game? Play it on your TV.
Yeah.
Phone? I'll play it there. Oh, you got a PlayStation?
I'm just saying. Just hear me on this. As a gamer, man.
I see why you say they won.
No. As a gamer, Xbox had some games lined up, and they actually had some good games lined up. And then they were just closing studios, canceling games. Like it was a terrible time around that time. That's why most of Yeah, that's why most of y'all actually went to PCs.
I wanted to get an Xbox. Now I just got an Xbox just for mod it and put it in dev mode and mod the shit and put emulators and shit on it. That's what it's used for right now. But I wanted the Xbox because the Xbox I remember when they were remaking Phantom Dust, was one of my favorite games on the Xbox. They was remaking that. They had that I forgot the name of it. It was like something with dragons and shit, and had a dude that looked like it was made by the dude that made Devil May Cry. I forgot the name of that game. They canceled that.
Scaleborn.
Yeah, there you go. Scalebound. Yeah, there you go. Scalebound. They had that. Yeah, I was buying Xbox because like they had some stuff coming out, but every game that they was
gonna make a new Fable.
Yep, every game they was talking about, they kept canceling it, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not about to deal with this shit. So, I personally have Game Pass, and I say that is the best thing Xbox ever did was the Game Pass because I got Game Pass.
It's the most incredible thing ever because PlayStation adopted it. PlayStation had to do something to combat that because
check it.
I wouldn't even count PlayStation adopted it because if they try to adopt, they did a terrible job. But it's okay.
They did adopted it. It just isn't as good.
But Xbox is great with that shit. Like, and I'm not, like I said, I don't try to knock Xbox players or whatever. I don't try to knock Xbox at all because I do like the Game Pass and all the other stuff like that. But I just felt like they lost in ambition.
They gave up.
I got one more point. I got one more point.
All right, before you go before you go to that point, let me finish real quick. Like, I missed the ambition of the 360. I fucking love the 360. The 360 had crazy ass exclusives. The arcade indie games are great. They even had exclusive JRPGs, which are like some of my favorites that I've ever played. I mean, like, the 360 was a fucking phenomenal console, and it just showed the ambition that Microsoft had. And it's like now when you look at Xbox, it's like, to me personally, I just don't see any ambition anymore. Everybody's like, oh, well, we're just gonna make these games and we're gonna make sure everybody has them now so we can like maximize our profits. But it's just like, what do y'all, besides the Game Pass or whatever,
the Game Pass,
what are you doing for me to want to buy your console? You know, because that's the whole point of exclusive.
That's why I need to jump in. That's why I need to jump in, right?
Go ahead and handle that for them.
Kwame, you ended up leaving before me and Keith got into this part of the conversation. So I decided to do some research and look into what the next reported Xbox console is. So apparently they're working on a console that's quote unquote, and I take this with a grain of salt because they've been saying this shit for years, an Xbox that's more like a PC than any Xbox before. Yeah. So like, oh, cool. You know, every next gen is supposed to be more like we're getting closer and closer to PC. Cool. And will support third-party storefronts such as Steam, the Epic Game Stores, and GOG. So, you mean to tell me, potentially, not saying this is guaranteed, I'm sure PlayStation will find a way to stop it, but potentially, you can get an Xbox console that plays Xbox games and runs Steam games, which could potentially have PlayStation games on there. Why would I buy a PS5?
That's what I'm saying.
Next gen PlayStation?
Yeah, true.
Like, y'all looking at the games they're making and not looking at what Xbox is actually doing. Xbox is not worrying about who got the better games. They're becoming a service that you can't get anywhere else. Like, that's what Xbox is becoming. Like, Xbox is kind of like just taking everybody and just putting it in.
That's what I'm saying with a console. When we talking about consoles, the whole reason why people buy consoles is because of the games. That's the console selling point.
It's the games, man.
It is the games.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, if they're no longer doing that and they're becoming a service to me available for everybody,
they out the game race.
It's not. You're looking at it wrong. They're not saying, hey, we're not going to do Xbox and just become a service. No, we're making a service to put Xbox everywhere.
Yeah, we're still looking at it the wrong way.
We're still making a console, but hey, this console, we're in talks with Steam and say, hey, we want to put Steam on our console. Yeah. Now, PlayStation, I'm pretty sure there's a legal way PlayStation can say, hey, Steam, we gave you our games, but you can't take them over to the competitor, and it's impossible that they could stop it. But the simple fact that I can buy an Xbox, which will come with Xbox games because they bought a bunch of studios, they're still developing games. Why would I get a PlayStation? I can get everything under the umbrella of an Xbox.
Yeah, you can play PC games on an Xbox. Like, it's getting to the point. You buy it playing from the console.
Okay, you said why would you get a PlayStation? The same why you would get any system. Like a Nintendo, a PlayStation is going to still have games only exclusive for the PlayStation. Because not every PlayStation is on the PC. Only select.
Only a handful of games.
So that's the whole reason of a console.
But that handful
the games.
That handful of games is enough. Let's not act like people like Chet was just saying earlier. When people bought PlayStation 5, they were buying them for specific games in mass.
That's the whole. Yeah, that's why you buy the console. You buy the console
for the game. Hear me out. Those games that came out with PS5, how many of them went to PC? I can tell you right now.
Only a little bit of
5, 6.
And the games that did go were the games people were buying PlayStation 5 for.
Yeah, they went to PC. And you could go to Steam right now. All the games that people specifically bought are on Steam. Where the rest of their games, where the rest of the exclusives, what's that little game called? Kanoe? Something. It's a chick, she like, she little Asian chick, she got like a staff. And her world, she play with like spirits and stuff.
Yeah. Kona and the Path of Spirits, something like that.
Yeah, that shit right there, like that game right there is another game that was phenomenal as hell. But where was it at some point? Like, if you go to Steam right now, they only got like Spider-Man and so forth. And y'all already know what's on there. Y'all already know what's on there.
Some of the new games.
But Kena is not an exclusive though. It's not a PlayStation exclusive. It's on every system. What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying though. Like at the end of the day. At the end of the day, PlayStation did have a lot more games, but they wasn't being bought. People went there for God of War, they went there for Spider-Man, and they had a lot of other exclusives that people just wasn't buying. That was just the point of that. Like, PlayStation wasn't selling their games either at some point. Like, that's the whole point of that.
When those games went to PC, PC players bought them.
But they was selling exclusive. Like you said, people were buying PlayStation 5s for a specific exclusives. That's the whole point of buying the system.
Xbox exclusives were selling too. Like Xbox exclusives were selling, but they wasn't selling a lot of their games too. Both consoles did have a drought of selling their games. They did.
Okay, that's I got.
The only difference is Xbox was wearing thin with their exclusive.
So what I'm saying is people.
Yeah, they was wearing thin.
People bought PlayStation 5 more because why? The PlayStation 5 had more exclusives that people wanted to play. I'm not talking about games that.
I feel you.
That's true. That's definitely true.
And that's the whole point you buy. That's the whole point you buy a console. That's the whole.
Well, at this point, why even buy a console? Just go ahead and get a PC.
That's what I've been trying to say this whole time.
My thing is this:
that's why people are saying that.
An exclusive means somebody should have it. You're gonna tell me later down the line, a few months, they're gonna give it and sell it to a console, or letting PC get it? Then there's really no need to get.
Thank you, Phil.
That's because everything is gonna go there after a while.
See, that's what I was about to get into. That's why PlayStation wasn't selling their games. They was like, I'm gonna just get it on the PC.
All right, so
out of all the exclusives PlayStation has had, and they have plenty of them, like a handful of them go to PC. That's it. It's still a whole bunch of
the ones that sell go to PC because they like, hey, they're selling really good over here. Let's put it on PC and see who gets it. If Xbox is making a console that's going to support Steam, those people that like, hey man, I want to get this specific game from PlayStation, but dang, I don't want to get a PlayStation. Maybe it's an Xbox fan, right? Like, dang, I do really want to play this next God of War for PlayStation, but I ain't really trying to buy the next PlayStation console because I just got this new Xbox. I'm going to wait until it comes to Steam.
So they did that with Final Fantasy.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm pretty sure because PlayStation is scummy like that. They are not gonna let their games go.
I'm not saying they won't. I'm not saying they won't. But in the land of it's a possibility.
I actually got a counter argument for that. For most people that do get like the Sonys and the PlayStation and shit, they actually want to explore like the Japanese gaming market. They don't want to do American gaming. There's a lot of other games that's in between that the Xbox is not going to offer that the PlayStation have. A lot of JRPGs, a lot of other fighting games. Like there's a lot of other Japanese games. If you want to do Japanese market,
no, that shit too is slowly starting to come to Xbox. Like y'all ain't paying attention. And then like look at Stellar Blade for instance. That like what Phil said is what I was trying to get into. because a lot of people did it. It's the proof is in the pudding. They did it with Final Fantasy, and they about to do it with Stellar Blade. A lot of people did not buy Stellar Blade because they was like they'll wait for that shit to come to PC. A lot of people did Final Fantasy because they were like they'll wait for that shit to come to PC.
And if Xbox gets Steam on their console and they somehow figure out the way to play, because they can work in just like PlayStation can say, hey, we don't want you putting our games on our competitors' console. Xbox can easily come in, hey, no, we have a contract with Steam to get Steam on Xbox the way it is, meaning everything they have on Steam has to come to Xbox. PlayStation will have to do some legal shit about it, and I'm pretty sure they will. But if that doesn't work out, then that means the games that PlayStation releases to PC for Steam will be on the Xbox. And so now, hey, why would I buy a PlayStation when I could just buy an Xbox, play the games I want to play whatever's on Steam, and when the PlayStation games come to Steam, I can get those too. That's all I'm saying.
I'm understanding what you're saying, but not every exclusive on PlayStation is going to go to Steam. It doesn't go to Steam. It's only a handful.
And then y'all also said itself, Xbox is turning more into a service than it is an actual console. So you basically just get.
It will be out the console war because now it's a service. Is what I'm trying to say too. It's no longer a
I led with saying I'm gonna send you an article. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna send you an article.
Yeah, y'all not paying attention. I literally said that Xbox was like, fuck the console war. They're becoming a service. That's why I said Xbox lost. That's the main reason I say Xbox lost, because they was like, fuck the console war. They became a service.
And that's why I say Xbox lost too, because like, hey, they just a service.
After y'all just said that, y'all saying I'm not paying attention. I am, because the sentence that you just said, that's why I'm saying Xbox is no longer part of the console war because they're out of the console war. They're not doing console anymore. I'm not saying
this led with this whole statement that they're making a next gen console. Yeah, I'm putting the article in the chat. I'm gonna just put the article in the chat. Give me a second. Let me.
That's my only reason for saying that they lost, because they just kind of did. They was like, we gonna be everywhere at some point.
You and Shad saying two different things. Shad saying it's being a service, and you saying they're making a console. Which one is it? That's what I'm trying to.
No, it's not.
They'll just say they're making another console.
No. It's not an exclusive. It's not an exclusive one or the other. We're going to make a next gen console and also expand upon the service. So we're doing both. We're going to have a system. But this system is also going to be a house for our service. We're also we're also building the capability to say, hey, you wanna play fucking Forza on your 40-inch flat screen you got in the living room? Hey, we got a service where you can do that. You don't have to have an Xbox. For those casual gamers that don't want to have a console because they want to sit there and play the game all day or 17 hours a day, you can do that. That's an option. It's not you have to spend $700-800 for the hardware to play Xbox games. You can play it on your smart TV. Just install the Xbox app. Most times when you get a PC with Windows, it comes with Xbox Game Bar.
Yeah, mine definitely.
You can Windows G pull up your Xbox stuff.
Mine did come when I bought my gaming laptop. It did come with a year of Game Pass.
So we're going to build a console, but we're expanding on the service to reach a wider audience.
Okay, that's cool.
So it's not a oh now we're just gonna be a service we completely done with consoles. Nah, we're making a next gen console. We're trying to get Steam on it or third party apps, not just Steam, and we're gonna have a wider variety of games. It doesn't necessarily have to be Xbox games. We're making a machine that can now do and is more multifaceted when it comes to gaming. It's not just Xbox exclusive and indie games. We can get whatever Steam decides to develop on there too.
Didn't Amazon try to do that in the past?
Yeah,
Amazon had no business doing nothing with video games, and we all know that.
It did try though.
They had no business attempting that.
Nah, Google shouldn't have done nothing because that Google Stadia was ass. Google Stadia was ass.
I forgot about that. Dang.
When I forgot about that. I got the ability. I had the chance to actually play it because it was so bad at the time that the game shop I was working at, I was managing at the time. Somebody was trying to trade it in, and we was like, dude, we don't take those, because basically the Google Stadia is just literally the controller. You can download the app on your smart TV, and then you just needed the controller or whatever. So the dude was like, I don't want it, and so he just gave it to me for free. So I took it home and I tried it out. And now I was like, yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it, bro.
Google was like, them boys downloading the shit out of our apps. We could jump in the game war. Let's make our own shit.
Ant trying to win over here. I'm looking at Ant playing fighter. He's trying to win over there. Oh shit!
So did anybody go click on that link? I just need somebody else to see it so they can maybe.
Oh yeah. I clicked on it.
I would say this though, Amazon Luna is pretty cool because Amazon Luna links to like Twitch and all that shit, and you get like free shit, free like exclusive shit for games all the time. And they be having their own game, like that MMO New World was an Amazon game, and that game was pretty good. I actually enjoyed playing that game.
Due out later 2025. I hope they ain't making no damn mobile.
Nobody cares about an Xbox handheld. I completely do it that part of the article. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, I clicked on it. I don't know about them, but I definitely did.
No. The first part of the article is talking about how Microsoft is supposed to be making a Xbox handheld due out later this year. Nobody care.
Nobody care about that. Man.
Nobody care about that. They been supposed to make that shit anyway, but I was actually okay with them not making it because the Steam Deck kind of beat them to the punch, and it's like you might just let that go.
Yeah, you're not gonna outmake a Steam Deck. When Steam
they let Steam beat them, so just leave it alone. Because they did attempt that. It was basically with your phone at some point, but they was gonna make their own thing. They just never got to it. So I just leave it alone at this point. You ain't about to outdo no Steam Deck, because Steam Deck's got their own little war going on with the handheld thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of handheld stuff out. But
Man, listen.
The Steam Deck and the Steam Deck. There's the three right now is the Legion, the ROG Ally, and the Steam Deck. Those are the three big competitors right there.
They
listen.
fighting each other. And Steam Deck still winning. Even though the other ones they got like other stuff, but Steam Deck still winning.
Even with the Game Pass, man, Xbox got to give me some fucking exclusive, bro. they got to, bro.
But what I'm telling you, Xbox don't care about that no more. They don't. They even about to give up. They don't care. They're trying to reach a broad audience. They're not trying to just trap you in a circle no more. Xbox, you get everything on that bitch.
Us being gamers, man, we need some games.
I get that. But the reason, what you're saying is the reason why a lot of people just go on the PC. They want games.
Yeah, we
so
want
they're
games.
Like, fuck PlayStation,
Yeah, if
and
you
fuck
want games,
Xbox. Go on the PC. Like, what you're saying is just get a PC.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, I would like to point this out.
I want to get an Xbox.
I'm with you, Kwame.
I want to get an Xbox.
People are getting a PC because PC got all the games.
Can I point this out though? I just want to point this out because everybody talk about the console war and everybody talks about Xbox and PlayStation, but everybody like acts like Nintendo don't exist.
No.
Nintendo's not trying to fight nobody.
Nintendo coming back out of nowhere and charging $80 for a fucking Mario Kart. We haven't forgot.
It's Mario Kart GTA. That's all it is.
But niggas be buying. That's the whole thing. Like,
and them niggas gonna still be buying that damn console.
Yes, you can say what you want about Nintendo, but they exclusives always sell the fuck out. They always sell so much of it. They sell it for years and years down the line.
And them games be regular games. You don't need the hardest hardware to get it.
I tell everybody because everybody talk about Xbox being scummy. Everybody talk about PlayStation being scummy, but I say Nintendo's the scummiest of them all.
Yeah, Nintendo is definitely the scummiest. They the sneakiest with it.
But everybody let them get away with it. Is my point. Everybody they get a fucking pass because they make Zelda, Metroid, Mario. They make
old hardware.
Old hardware.
No, that's what I was telling you earlier. A lot of people starting to wake up. That's all I'm saying. A lot of people are starting to wake up. Nintendo do need to stop getting away with this shit. That's the good thing about this. A lot of people are waking up and realizing, hey, Nintendo, bro, you being kind of scummy. Like, we done played Mario and Zelda forever.
Here's the thing, though. Niggas is waking up but still buying the shit. So, I mean...
Oh, no. The majority is overruling still. Majority is still going to buy that bitch.
Oh,
but...
I'm looking at it.
It's waking up to the point where it'll be effective eventually, hopefully. That's all I'm saying.
I'm getting the system for collector purposes, but I mean, like I said, like
you on the bandwagon too.
That's the only reason why I'm laughing.
But listen to me though. I'm telling y'all, I get Nintendo.
Why we gonna listen to you when you just gonna buy it anyway?
You still gonna
buy it?
I'm not buying it.
This man is like a drug addict. He like, hey, don't put that bottle to drugs. I'm not going there though.
Are not.
Bro,
collection purposes or not, you're still buying the system.
You still buying it? I ain't buying that shit. Like, I'm sorry.
It's an
You are part of the problem. No. We don't want to hear it because you're part of the problem.
Resale value of Nintendo. The resale value of Nintendo goes up exponentially in its
To who? To other people who want it,
other
like
Nintendo
you.
people.
Yeah.
The other Nintendo people.
There aren't a lot of collectors or people that do that. Like, a lot of people just casual that's buying that shit.
Nah, you don't understand the grasp of the collection world. I will tell you, it is very large. It is very
Okay, I'm saying, okay.
I guess the collectors are the problem. I guess they the problem.
They the problem, dog.
They absolutely are the problem.
They the problem, bro.
You not Ed. Don't try to separate yourself now. You are the problem. Along with your cohort of people.
I am part of the problem. I am.
You gotta look at the man in the mirror.
Yeah, I do.
Oh yeah.
I am part of the problem. But what I'm saying is that there is. I know you're saying there's like a lot of casual. Like, no, the collection world is very vast. It is very crazy, and it's the reason why Nintendo prices don't go down and why they don't sell. But Nintendo, to me,
it's because so what you're saying is it's because of y'all that I can't get the games at a discount. That's the whole reason.
Hey, y'all. I'm with Phil. I don't care if y'all want to do that. I ain't doing it.
Yeah, I'm not a like a reseller unless like it's something I have to, like it's a rainy day, but it's investment for me for a rainy day. Like if I really need the money, I could just sell my collection and get more than I paid for it. Most of the time.
No matter what excuse you give, you are part of the problem. You still purchasing.
I mean, I said that already.
No matter what, you're part of the problem.
But y'all need to fix that. That's why we having that problem.
Yeah,
y'all need to fix that.
It's because of you. I can't get.
Y'all gotta do something, man.
I gotta pay full price for it, even though it came out almost 15, 20 years ago. Like, why?
Y'all gotta stop letting them get away with that. I ain't trying to tell y'all what to do with y'all money. It's just the fact that like y'all too realize that shit's coming, but y'all keep doing it.
It's not us that play. It's not us that actually play the games. It's actually the people that actually make it worse is the scalpers that buy it just to make a profit. Literally, they're not gonna play it. It's really the scalpers. And
I was just about to get into that. The crazy part is y'all don't even be playing them shits.
Wait, do I smell deflection?
Why would that be a deflection when I agreed that I was part of the problem?
Trying to put it on scalpers now. I smell the
We know it's scalpers.
I was just about to get into that. Y'all don't even play the shits and y'all buying them. Like,
scalpers are a problem, man. So I would say why scalpers are a problem, and I think some of the gaming companies do that to themselves to make it this way. So thank God Square Enix decided to release, and there were global versions that came out. So when Final Fantasy Collection came out, right, when it first got announced from Square Enix, and it's like the first 6 Final Fantasy games all on one disc or whatever like that. When that first got announced, it just like they announced it, but then they shadow dropped the pre-orders like randomly, and they sold out within like 5 minutes, and mostly from scalpers. So to buy the original first wave drop of the Final Fantasy Collection, the USA version, especially if it's the collector's edition, it's like a $400-$500. The regular edition, just the disc in the case or whatever, is like $200 for the first wave drop. But good thing they re-released it. They had the Asian version, which had English language on it, so most people got that, the international version. And then they re-released the American version earlier last year. And they still go for about like $60-$70 or whatever like that, like normal retail or whatever. But that's the problem we have right now with scalpers. Like they'll buy up, like if something is a limited pre-order, they'll buy that bitch up, and then like they'll sell it on eBay for like thousands of dollars, and people with dumbass motherfuckers will buy it. The same thing with the 30th anniversary PlayStation. When that came out for the PS5, The scalpers bought all of them up, and I saw niggas listed on eBay. The system didn't even come out yet. It's just a pre-order, and niggas was buying the shit on eBay for like 8 to 10 grand, which made that system go up exponentially on the second hand.
Grand.
And so,
Oh my god, here we go.
That shit was crazy. Very crazy. Scalpers are really destroying the market with that stuff. But people also don't have patience, so they don't like to wait, and they'll buy from these scalpers instead of waiting, because most of the time they'll like make more if they sold certain things. Like with the PlayStation 5 or whatever during the pandemic, everybody was paying like thousands of dollars for a PS5, and I'm like, I'm gonna wait till that shit get in the store again, and you know, eventually it did go in the store, and I was able to buy mine at retail.
Yeah,
but some people bought theirs up.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong though. Aren't collectors somewhat a scalper at the same time?
Not necessarily. When
you really think about it?
No.
The ones that got the mod 2 to keep one in the box to preserve the condition? Those guys?
Shit.
Most of the time they're not selling it on. They're not like instantly reselling.
Like I say, correct me if I'm wrong. I've always saw collectors too as a scalper. At least that's been my opinion.
Some of them can be, yes. Some of them can be, but not everyone, not all of them. Some of them can be, yeah. Some of them collect.
Buying an extra console, you ain't gonna use your part of the problem, brother. Somebody wanted to play that.
Yeah, cause them niggas buy that second console or that second game and preserve that shit and sell it for way more than what it's worth.
The console, like, I buy my console and I play my shit, but there's people that buy, collect, and play their stuff, and there's people that buy, collect, and don't play, and like do this, which I say, they buy two of them, one to play and one to sell later down the line.
Okay.
He's about okay.
Nah, I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying, cause there is, you know, two different types of collectors though. Some collectors play their shit. They just don't give it up.
I play my
I get what he's
shit.
saying.
But some people don't. Some people buy it to not play it. They buy it to resell it instantly most of the time. And those are the people we just call them resellers. They're not even really collectors. They just buying a limited item and doing whatever they can to buy up all of them so they can sell up and make all their money back plus some. You know.
Resellers. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's wrap the topic up then.
Well, the topic was the console wars over? Is that what that's what it was?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up.
Huh?
We're gonna wrap it up.
That's what I'm saying. That was the topic, though, right?
Yes, No, we're gonna close all three of them. The inflation prices for Nintendo, how we felt about the Nintendo Direct, and is the console wars really over? Honestly, yes, the console wars is over. Nintendo trying to get over with their prices like they've been doing for years by doing the bare minimum.
I just want to ask you a question while you're closing it. What would be considered it being over? Why do you think that it's over?
It's only over with just the current consoles because Xbox drop out of the gaming console. Race Nintendo kind of went and did their own thing, and PlayStation just stick doing the same shit for years.
PlayStation just being PlayStation.
Yeah, like everybody kind of just doing their thing. Nobody's not really engaging one another. That's why I would say it's over. Because it's not like, I
feel that it's not over. I mean, I feel like
I don't think
there's
anything for them to engage in each other with. Like the last big development from either PlayStation or Xbox was Game Pass. Right. PlayStation tried and failed.
Well,
they all just trying to perfect their craft. If you ask me, like all three of them, they just taking their strengths and working with that.
Yeah, I agree with y'all with that, but what I'm saying is I don't think the console war is over specifically because of, like you were saying earlier, Shed, consumers. It's the consumers that's keeping it going.
Oh, it's definitely still going on with them motherfuckers.
Every time I've seen it in so many groups, every time PlayStation announced something or says something they got to do, then you have a whole bunch of Xbox niggas saying, well, Xbox is the best, Xbox did this, and then like just for no reason. And then the same thing with Xbox, it'll be like, oh, PlayStation this, PlayStation that, and so on and so forth. So I feel like anytime something big comes out for either company, the consumers are like, well, this other company is doing better than that one anyway, so fuck this game or fuck whatever y'all doing. It ain't gonna beat this and stuff like that. And then it turns into a whole thing. So I feel like the console war at a company stance, is over, but at a consumer stance, it's not, because people still keep it in the line.
I'm gonna tell you what the biggest factor at this console war is people play where the friends play at. I was PlayStation up until 4 when the guys all had Xboxes. Then I went and got an Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed Xbox. So I was like, oh man, God of War coming down on this PS5. Let me get one of those. I was like, oh man, let me get one of these Switches, man. I ain't played a Pokemon game in a minute. I got that itch. Got a Switch. Now I got a PC, and it's like, well, if something comes out that I really want to play, really want to play, I'll get it on console. If not, it's just PC.
I'm weird. I'm weird with that. Like, I feel what you saying. That makes sense. I'm just weird with the PC. Like, I have a gaming PC and stuff, and I can get shit, but I just don't like gaming on the PC. I don't know why. I just don't like it.
Oh nah, console still has some strength. Still, like a lot of people sleeping on that. Console still has some strength when it comes to games. Some games do perform better on console, and a lot of people cannot afford high-end PC game. High-end PC, and then even high-end PCs be struggling with some shit now. But you can go play it just fine on the console. So consoles are still viable to a large degree, if you ask me.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just don't like playing games on a PC. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Because it's a lot of setup and shit you got to be doing. You turn that bitch on, jump in your damn game. Plus, like, Xbox has that feature where the shit could just, be alive in the background. You could just jump right back where you were. So, like, in PC now, you gotta turn that bitch off or leave that bitch on. Run your PC all hot. There's a lot of extra factors that come with having a PC when you gaming that you don't have a problem with on any console. Like, PCs overheat, they have other issues. You gotta buy all this extra stuff to make sure it's functioning. You got viruses to deal with, whatever the case might be. You don't have to deal with that on console. you don't. And in consoles, when games come out on the console, they try to have them perform at their best graphically and performance-wise. So you don't have to go through all that either on a console. You don't. In the PC, you gotta go set all that shit up. Yeah, you gotta go set all that up. Plus, like, because you playing with other PC people, you're also being capped at certain frames and things like that. You're out capped with certain frames and things like that on a PC versus the console, where it kind of like keeps you in a specific area. That's another good thing about playing on console. You don't have to deal with all that extra BS that comes with being on PC, like a bunch of cheaters, a bunch of niggas that's playing at like 400 frames and your shit slow, but you got the current shit, you can't afford the highest shit, so you don't got to deal with all that. It's still, consoles are still viable, which is, I feel as though you should at least have 1 or 2 consoles to some degree, like, because games are still good on a console. Motherfuckers be making it sound like PC does everything. It does not does everything. It doesn't. You have a lot more problems on PC that you don't have on console. You just do. And I play both.
That's because a lot of games are also made for consoles, and then they'll port them over to PC, but they don't optimize their code. But if you find the modded versions where they optimize the code, the games run really, really well. Like, if the game is made to run on the PC, it'll run really well. It's a factor of the gaming company not optimizing their games for PC. So that's
that's true.
Don't hate too much on the PCs now.
Oh no, I'm not hating at all. I'm just trying to say that consoles are still viable to some point, depending on the consumer. That's all I'm trying to say. I love PC, but still, I think that one can enjoy playing on a console too, because a lot of people try to make it seem like having a console is pointless. Depending on the consumer, is not pointless. Depending on what you can afford, is not pointless.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
people like to overlook that shit, like consoles and shit. Like, not everybody, how can I say it, bro? Financially good with putting like $1,000 to $1,500 in the PC, bro. So they get consoles.
Nah, you can. For the amount you spend on a console now, you can get a mid-tier PC and it will run just as well or even better than a console.
It's true.
I ain't gonna hold you. I bought my PC. I bought a pre-built graphics card and 2 RAM sticks, and it's running things pretty fucking fine. Like I'm playing Path of Exile now at 100 frames, but that's Path of Exile. It don't really require a whole lot.
For me, bro, if I'm
just true.
If I'm gonna build a PC or buy a PC, bro, I want to get the best out of the PC. I'm gonna spend money.
If we're trying to,
here's the thing with the PC. What I do love about a PC is like, I know Ant, you said you try to get the best, but you don't have to get the best because a lot of times, yeah, you don't have to get the best. You can get you could get a fairly decent PC, pay decent money, and have it, and it'll last it'll play games at all like ultra settings for the next 10 years. You know.
Now me and Ant got a problem though. We like our shit the finest wine. Like we just have a problem. Yeah, what you saying is not wrong. It's right. It's just that we have a problem. We love our shit to be high end.
I get it.
Hey, speaking of
I just don't have the money to keep upgrading processors and graphics cards and shit like that. Especially,
bro. In all honesty, you can get, like you said, you don't have to get if you're not concerned about getting the top quality, best of the best. This just came out like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
you can find them for really good deals.
But that's to say they talking about they gotta stay with the top. So like every year you gotta buy new shit. That's crazy.
Not even every year. You might need like every 5 to 7 months. You need to upgrade.
Yeah, I can't buy new processors and new graphics card and new RAM every fucking 8 to 12 months.
No, you can realistically hold. You can realistically hold out for about a couple years now. You don't have to.
Yeah, I was about to say you can hold out for years right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But y'all say y'all was saying y'all like the top, so that's why I was saying like.
Okay.
You upgrading all the time is what I'm saying. Because y'all said y'all like the top, so I'm figuring y'all upgrading.
The way I would build a PC is building for the next 5 to 8 years, bro. And that means you.
But that's what I'm saying. You can get a decent one and have, like I said, it'll play everything on ultra for 10 years, easy. You don't even have to get the top. You don't even have to get the top graphics card.
Graphics card, nothing like that. Like I got a 4060.
4060 is perfect. Yeah, perfect. And it'll be perfect.
That 40 about to last you another 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm gonna get the 56 million.
Huh?
Hey man, you about to be my best friend, big dog. Let me hold something. I'm about to get a 50 series.
I'm gonna get the 50 series, and then that's gonna be.
Hey, Kwame, close it out. I was about to get the 58, and they ain't got no more. I gotta wait. Go ahead and close it out, Kwame.
All right, and last but not least, Nintendo Direct. It was what it was. Hope the Switch 2 come out to be something else. That's all I got.
Nah, I agree. Hopefully, Switch 2. Hopefully, the Switch do more. You know.
Yeah, do more.
I'm happy for all you Nintendo fans out there. I think I'm gonna miss this one.
I'm just ready to open it up and see how I think whenever I get a Switch 2, I'm gonna open it up and see the inside of it, like I do all the other ones.
Avoid that warranty, my boy. I see you.
I mean, I could, because it's easy. Why would I send a Nintendo? I could fix it myself. I could fix Joy-Cons and the parts for the Switch. That's what I do love about the Switch. Or paying the Switch, the parts are like really, really cheap. Really, really cheap. And
that's supposed to run it. That's supposed to run Elden Ring and all that just fine, right?
Yep.
They're really cheap, yo.
Really cheap.
Hey, you got it, my boy.
You got it. Got it, my boy.
Is that Kwamisha?
Kwamisha, who that is?
that ain't you, Kwamisha?
Kwamisha, who that is?
Then what's your name if you're not Kwamisha? I could have sworn you was Kwamisha. You sound just like Kwamisha.
I don't know who that is, but y'all have a good night.
Nah, that's Kwama Steen.
Kwama Steen.
Ah, Kwama Steen. There it is. There we go.
Damn, man. Nobody ain't want to play with you, dog.
Man, bro, I had to stop that shit. After I did that one rate match, bro, I was like, man, dude, you not about to fucking match me to death, bro. I'm sorry. I
man was beating that ass.
Gave him a one and done, bro. He ain't beat my ass. I won a match, but he wasn't about to get a rematch from me. Fuck that. You ain't about to sit here and mash on my ass the whole fucking game. So I can fucking sit here and get my ass beat because you want to mash the whole fucking time. Fuck fighters, by the way. The matchmaking is fucked up. The fucking community is fucking. Oh my god, bro! I need to play more respectable fighting games, bro. Like Street Fighters in this podcast.
Play Under Night and Tekken. Play some Tekken with me. Play some Under Night. Play some real shit.
I'm not playing none of that.
Man, I'll play some other shit because fighters ain't doing it for me, bro. I ain't, bro. Fuck this game. I was over here fucking stressing.
For real?
Hell yeah, bro. Play this game. But go those out, bro.
Okay. Alright. So next topic. Next topic gonna be are video games not hitting the same?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a real good one.
Yeah. Other than that, and tell the viewers, have a good night.
Y'all niggas have a good night, bro. Y'all hold it down.
Y'all niggas have a good night. Cause I'm a bad bitch.
Thank you for watching all the way through to the end of the video. We have more content for you all to explore, so please follow our other platforms at Real Gamers Speak on Spotify and Twitch.